right, so we are back with another episode of the Dog Talk Podcast. This episode is just me and my big dog, A Free, and we're gonna bring in something a little different. We got some things to talk about. It's been a really tough week this week, with big coach passing away unexpectedly and just kind of shaking up the whole Georgetown community. We kind of in a situation where, what's the next steps? What's the next steps? And we also have been trying to reminisce on Big John and understand his legacy and what he meant for the program, what he meant for our community, and just overall for the whole college basketball and just sports in general, what Big John meant to the culture. So we're going to do a little something different. This time, we're not going to interview nobody. Me and my man, we're going to have a conversation. Y'all don't know, me and Free talk off camera all the time. We have debates about everything, whether it be high school basketball, college basketball, NBA. We got something to talk about today. But first, before we start anything, we're going to show our respect to Big John. Coach, he wasn't our coach, but, he was there every single day. You know what I'm saying? We saw him literally for 4 years. Yeah, we saw him every day in the summertime, during the season, on the road. He was with us. So I know we didn't get a chance to really play for him, but we experienced Big John to the fullest. So the couple of days ago, when everybody heard about the news, we decided to try to put some light on the moment and spin this and try to tell some stories about our experiences and just our interactions with Big John. And I don't know if everybody saw it, so we want to kind of rehash some of the stories. It's some really interesting stories. So the first story, I'll start my first story, and then Free to tell his, and we'll go back and forth. We're going to tell two stories. So the first story I wrote on, one of the stories I wrote on Twitter, please go check it out. My handle is Mr. Right _11. And I said, I remember, let me make sure I got it. Hold up. Okay, so yeah, I remember when we were, me and Free were walking out of practice. We were walking out of practice, and, everybody was walking out of practice. I don't know where we going. Big John, I guess practice was over and everybody was leaving, so Big John was leaving too. And I remember I got my little laundry bag and all that. Me and Free about to go get something to eat. And I'm like, yo, coach, watch out. It's some water right there it's some water right on the floor right here. Watch out, you know what I'm saying? So you don't fall. He said, don't worry about it, son. He said, don't worry about it, son. I walk on water. I'm like, what? So to understand this is like Big John was always, one thing I can honestly say about Big John is he always played mind games with us. Always played mind games. This man told me, and meanwhile, this is older Big John. This ain't young towel over the shoulder Big John. I'm still, in the middle of the fray. I'm coaching A.I. and I'm coaching Pat and I'm coaching Junkyard and all them guys, Dikembe. Nah, this is older Big John. He's telling me, he said, don't worry, son, I walk on water. Dog, I could not believe this man told me that he walk on water. I'm like, Big John, with all due respect, I ain't say this. I thought about it. I ain't say this, though. I said, with all due respect, if I allowed you to walk on this water and watch, I don't think it would have been a good situation for you. You know what I'm saying? I think he really would have, it wouldn't have been a good situation. But that's who he was, his style. He let you know who he was at all times. He had this presence about him that just was crazy. Like, anytime you walk in the gym, you just felt his presence. And I will never forget that story for the rest of my life. This man told me he walks on water. I am God. I walk on water. True story. This had to be out. I don't know. We might have been sophomores or something like this. I was like, yo, this dude is crazy, bro. Like, talk about him.
I remember him saying it then. It was funny because it was like, you honestly were just like, hey, trying to look out. Like, hey, yo, watch out. Yeah. There's some puddles outside. It's kind of wet. Watch out so you don't hurt yourself, right? And that's what he comes up with. Like, just hearing that, I thought that was some funny shit right there, man. It was just,
that was comical, man. I couldn't. I'm like, dog, And Free's so funny. Free is, you gotta understand, Austin Freeman, dog, this is my man, is the biggest instigator when it comes to anything, son. Free would sit there and be like, he said, "Oh, you heard what he said?" I'm like, "Yeah, I heard what he said." He said, "I walk on water." He said, "Damn." I swear I remember you saying, like, "Damn, he is God." So
So, like, trying to look out, man, and look, I walk on water, man. Like,
true story, man. True story. And he said, and the way he said it is so funny because he's laughing the whole time. He's smiling at you the whole time. So you even, it's just funny, man. And shout out to Greg Roberts. Shout out to Greg Roberts.
yeah, shout out Slim, man. Shout out Slim.
Shout out Slim. You know he's probably a tough moment.
We feel.
But yeah, that's just one of the stories. That's just one of the stories I had. My man told me he walks on water and said it with a straight face, and then started laughing after. Like, yeah, y'all better recognize who I am out this joint.
He gave you a smirk too. The giggle.
Gave me the old man laugh. One of them old, you know what I'm saying? One of them real like senior citizen joints.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Big John killed me with that, man.
Oh man, that was good, man. But my story, one of my stories I got of Big John was, we in practice. This is probably one of my favorite ones. But we're in practice. We're practicing. He's there every day in practice. He comes in. When he comes in, everybody looks, and he's gonna do something. Like he's gonna look at us, or he might say something, or he might just come in and just sit down.
Over there.
Right. The manager's running over there, making sure he got Gatorade, water, snacks, whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, he comes in there. It's probably like the beginning of practice. And our practices were long. There's no lie about it. Practices were long. And we're probably like in the middle of practice, and we offense, defense, we playing. And this time we're like walking to start to play or whatever, because we start on half court. And coach be telling us what to run and stuff like that. So I'm walking to my spot, and I see him lean. I see him lean back in the chair, and he got his hat down like this.
He got his hat over his eyes, so
his hat is over his eyes, and he's leaned back in the chair. The chair is like touching the bleachers, and he's leaned back in, and he's sitting like this.
Hands folded, arms
folded, not moving, nothing.
Right.
Mind you, any regular human being that looks at something like that is like, he's asleep. Like, he's knocked out. There's no way he is up watching practice right now. I mean, the buzzer's going off, people yelling, people talking in practice, and he is leaned back in the chair with his hat over his eyes. So in my mind, I'm like, this dude's asleep.
Right.
Keep going with practice, practice going on, practice ends. We go up into the locker room, we shower, yada, yada, yada. So I get out and I'm walking to getting ready to go to team meal, drop everything off and go to team meal. He stops me and he just goes off. This might have been, this was like I won't say like sophomore year or whatever.
Right.
He goes off. Motherfucker, you not doing this, you not doing that. You need to stop bullshitting. You too talented to just be out here bullshitting and yada, yada, yada. And then he goes down the line of different shit in practice that he saw me doing that I need to do better.
Right.
And I'm just like, there's no way. He had to see this at the beginning of the practice. There's no way in the middle of practice or even towards the end of practice, he saw anything that I was doing because he was asleep. Right. He goes down the line of everything that I did in practice or whatever, yada, yada, yada. Right. And I'm just like, there's no way. And then he sits me down and he's like, dog, look, you one of the most talented dudes out here. Things may be it may come easy to you, but you need to fucking like just play harder pretty much. Pretty much what he was saying is, look, motherfucker, play hard.
Right.
He was like, you're too talented not to do that. And he was like, all right, well, go ahead. So, you get up and walk out, start walking out, and he was like, hey, look, motherfucker, you think I'm asleep. I see you. And I'm like, right. All right, man. I just like walk out. I'm just like you said, like he plays that mind game with you. He tries to play mind games with you. Like, yo, like, yeah, I know you see me over here laying like this and you think I'm asleep, but I'm not asleep. I see you. Like, just know that. So like every time when, we start practicing and he leans back and he puts his hat down and you gotta take it as though, that old motherfucker's up. So.
And the whole time I'm thinking he gonna fall over in the chair.
Right.
The way he's leaning back, and you gotta remember, Big John is a big dude, man.
He's not a little dude. He's not little.
And he might be pushing close 260, something like that. It's
Right.
So he leaning back in the chair. I'm like, yo, I don't know how. It's almost equivalent to the Michael Jackson lean, bro. Because I had no idea how that chair would stay upright and not just fall over. I swear, one of them times in I was like, yo, that chair gonna fall over one of these days. Like,
right.
He's really on a gangster lean, on two legs, on a four-leg chair. He's on 2 legs sitting there, leaning back, hat down low, sitting there talking about he watching the whole practice. I'm like, how are you watching the whole practice?
There's no way.
Can't even see your eyes, bro. What are you talking about? You watch your practice. I saw everything you did, Chris. I saw everything you did. Think you good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Big John was different. I got another story for you. So when I went to growing up, my dad always had me, true story, man. My dad always used to have me reading the paper. When I used to go to high school, we used to drive for like my first 3 years going to high school. My pops always had me read the newspaper. You know what I'm saying? I have to read the newspaper to him. So I'm sitting there because he want to hear the newspaper. He want to see what's going on. So on the ride there, all right, Chris, read this. So I got to read the newspaper every morning. So I started to, for real, true story. So I used to have to eventually I started to like it. And I started to get into politics. I started to get in, obviously I'm checking what the MAFA did and what everybody did in the local area. But it wasn't about just a sports section. We used to have to read about the business section. We had to read about, whatever was going on in anything in Washington. So when I got to college, I did not want to have to do a thesis to graduate. That was one of my things. I do not want to write no 40-page paper, and I didn't want to take math in college. I didn't want to take stats, none of that. I was not trying to do none of that. Forget that. You know what I'm saying? So I got into my major was international relations. I was a government major. And so I remember, now granted, my birthday is November 4th. Election day is November, was no 3rd or something like that or something. But the day I voted, my 18th birthday was the day Obama became president. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, and you remember campus was crazy that day. Like, wow. People ran to the White House. Like, it was wild.
That was nuts.
It was wild on campus. People was on horns everywhere. People were chanting. I will never forget that, son. All Village A was crazy. The whole yard was crazy. Everything out there, like on M Street, was filled with people. It was wild, right? And I remember during the election process, when Obama, he was running for office, for the first time, he had a debate, right? And Coach Thompson used to talk to me. Big John used to always talk to me about the debates and like, what you think, how you think Obama got a shot and all that. So that was one thing he used to like talk to me about because I was into that. And so he came to practice, and it was one of them nights, college nights, things happen on college nights. You never know what you run into. So he said, did you watch the debate? I said, nah, I fell asleep. He said, motherfucker, the only reason I came up here today was to talk to you about it. Get the fuck out of my face. I'm like, oh, this is cool as I walk in the gym, right? And I knew the debate was on. I said to myself on the way there, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go watch this joint later because I want to see what Obama talking about. I always liked Obama's speeches because the way he delivered his speeches was like, you know, he was a beast at that. Like he
Right.
blew people water once he started talking. So I was saying to myself, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna watch this joint, you know what I'm saying, see what Obama talking about and da. Man, I lie to you now. He made me feel so bad because he was so upset with me, bro. Like, so upset with me. I was felt upset. Chris, you're too smart for this. You're too smart for this. Why you? I came here because you. He said you too smart to not be involved, to not want to, you know, to not want to vote and not want to do this. He said you should be coming to me talking about this. But I ain't never felt so bad in my life, man. I walked my head down to the locker room, everything. Upstairs, locker room. I started watching the debate from that point, like right before practice. I was watching that joint, like true story. He was like, and that's something about Coach Thompson. He always tried to talk about more than basketball, especially with us because we didn't get him as a basketball coach. You know what I'm saying? We got him as in another type of role more than just a basketball coach. So he would come and talk to, you know, he would always want to talk to me about politics. He want to talk to me about what I think about this, what I think about this. Always trying to pick my brain on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be wanting to talk to him about AI. I be trying to talk to him about, you know what I'm saying, Victor Page. I'm trying to talk to him about KB, Kevin Braswell. I'm trying to talk about the point guards he had. I'm trying to talk about Bebe. I'm trying to talk about Gene and all them, you know, Gene Smith. He want to talk to me about politics. He want to talk about some other stuff. So that's a real story. He always was on me about Chris. You have a different mind. You think about pop. Most kids at your age ain't thinking about this. And this was a testament to my pops because my pops had me reading the paper shit from the time I was 14 years old till 17. I was reading the paper. So yeah, he was really heavy on me. And he really he hurt me when he talked about that Obama. Because I was really I was on top of my game. He called me out and that shit hurt, man. I ain't gonna lie. You know, so yeah, Big John was really he was different in a lot of aspects in that because he always wants you to be more than just an athlete in that sense. So that's a funny story. I never forget that. I felt bad. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's how Big John was.
Yeah, man. Like that's more so again, you know, playing those mind games, man. Like
Yeah, messed me up, dog. I wasn't ready for practice, you know, and we had practice. It wasn't like no, just shoot and just go. I was messed up the whole practice because I knew he was staring at me. He was like, damn, Chris. Like you ain't reading. And then you know what made it worse? Greg Roberts came up to me talking about you ain't watching the debate. Miss Michael came up to me talking about Chris. I thought you was going. I'm like, oh man.
you know, everybody, you know, good little you know, everybody find out what your major is, you know, they're gonna really be on you. They was on your case about it because you know that's what you was into. So
Sweat me, and I was like, dang, yeah, I really got to get on my job because he always, you know, he said you speak well, you know, you're intellectual, you got a good personality, you gotta know what's going on in the world. You too smart not to know what's going on in the world, and not be paying attention. And and that's true. You know, I felt that, and I agreed with that. I was like, yeah, I gotta, you know. But even like to this day, if we talk about politics, if we talk about these conventions, all that shit is bullshit to me. They just be talking. I don't know what they talking about. They just be saying stuff. So, but it is important to be involved. So yeah, that's a funny story about Obama to me. I mean about Big John.
yeah, my last story, one of my other stories that I got. So this was in like September, so we just got back to school, and we had workouts. So we just finished workouts, and I'm showered up, all that stuff, and now we're leaving to you know, to go to get something to eat, something like this. We're about to go do something. So I was leaving, and he stops me and just shows me a plane ticket, right? So I'm like, why is he handing me this plane ticket? Like, I don't, like why do I have this, right? And he's like, no. Like, really look at the plane ticket. So I look at it, right? And I'm like, no. Look at the plane ticket. It says 9/11/01. It's a plane ticket going to New York, right? And I'm like, damn. And he like just like takes the ticket from me. I'm like, oh, okay, go ahead.
Like,
So
what?
in the back of my mind, I'm like, what? Like, why? Like, why? And in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker skipped death, low key. Like,
Yeah. You didn't even get to ask him like why you ain't go.
yeah. I didn't even get the chance to ask him why you just gave me the ticket. Like, what's the meaning behind all that? The first thing he just takes it. He's like, hey, all right, go ahead. And I'm like, dog, like in my mind, I'm just like, oh, he's literally just skipped death. And I'm just walking out. I'm just like thinking about it. I'm just like, he could have been on that plane going to.
On that plane, going into one of them buildings.
Right. And it's like when you sit back and think about stuff like that, you be like, wow.
Yeah, that just goes to show you that his purpose for what he was doing, he had a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Some people, when you hear stories about, you always hear stories about important figures, something like that. Whether they were supposed to be somewhere where some tragic happened, or they just so happened to be somewhere where something great happened, or something like that. Somehow, all these people that are like famous got some type of stories like that, or were meaningful, or did something meaningful. Usually, they have some type of stories like this, you know. And for the fact that he was 9/11, I never forget where I was at on that time. You know what I'm saying? Like 9/11, 2001. That's American history forever. He got a plane ticket going to New York.
Right.
And then he just snatched it back out your hand. He showed it to you, snatched it back out his hand. Like, okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
What that mean?
Right. Just leave your stuff. Just leave their stuff.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do that?
What did I miss just now?
Yeah, what you want to hug? You want me to give you a hug and say, I'm glad you, I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do? Then you just kick me out and call me a motherfucker again. Like, right. I'm confused. I swear the word motherfucker needs to be trademarked, and he should be paid by anybody who says that word, because I don't think nobody used it as a universal word as much as he did. That word to him meant everything. It could mean you great, good, bad, terrible, excellent. You know what I'm saying? He love you, he don't. That word meant everything. And when he said it, you understood what it meant at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Said it with a lot of force too, though. So it hits you though.
Yeah, he had that James Earl Jones voice. You know what I'm saying? Like he hits you like, oh, yeah. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Makes sense. I got
it. Another story. I don't even know if you remember this. We beat Syracuse. Maybe we beat Syracuse at home, right? He wobbled in the locker room. We all sitting there excited and shit. And coach is talking. JT3 is coach. Our coach is talking. He said, "Son, I got something to say." Right. And at first, if you remember, he was like, "Nah." He was like, "Nah, Dad, be quiet." And we both looked at each other like, "Oh, you just told his dad to be quiet." You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Why he was talking, but then like 3 seconds later, he said, "What'd you say, Dad?" You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Y'all some sorry motherfuckers." And he walked out the joint after we beat. I'm like, dog, we just beat these dudes at Syracuse at home. Everybody knows that we want to beat Syracuse more than anything. If we just beat these dudes at home, he says, "Y'all some sorry motherfuckers," and just walks out the locker room. I'm like, come on, bro.
No, I always thought like when he would do stuff like that, he'll walk out and be like, I wonder how they feel in there. Like it was a joke to him every time. I wonder if he did that. Like,
man, for a lot of people, it's like you go in there, like you give your best performance and all that stuff. It's like you going home to show your report card. Like, look, I got an A in this joint. He be like, "Man, you some shit anyway."
You some shit. Or you supposed to do that.
Yeah, you supposed to do that. Ain't nothing. I got straight A's and when I was in your class. Damn, man. Thought I was doing something today.
No, this story ain't even really got nothing to do with me. It has to do with one of our teammates. This joint, it tripped me out, right?
Right.
So I think this is freshman year. One of our teammates ends up hurting himself. Rose his ankle real bad. Rose his ankle real bad, like compared like hobbling off the court, like hobbling.
I remember this.
Right? And he goes to him and is like, "Don't show these people you hurt. Don't be hobbling, don't be limping and stuff like that in the game and stuff like that. Shows you weak." And I was like, "Oh, if I roll my ankle real bad, what am I supposed to do? Like, am I supposed to try to like walk without like limping if I can't help it? Like how I was supposed to like."
Yeah.
Like fake it, it was just like it tripped me out. I was just like, dog, like how am I supposed to act if I can feel my foot at the time?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Big John put it. You know, and I think a lot of times, and on a serious note, like Big John was when he came to Georgetown. I mean, at the time he came to Georgetown, what he stood for us. When I mean us, is mean the Black community. Was he represented for a lot of people inspiration. He represented a lot of pride. He represented a lot of leadership. He was one that, you know what I'm saying, he set the tone and made us, you know, made a lot of kids believe that they can do things that was never accomplished by anybody in their family. You know, so for that purpose alone, when he said don't show no weakness, he wanted you to know that when you get into this real world, as soon as you show weakness, they gonna eat your ass alive. So that's his training. When he talk about the deflated basketball that they have and all that, it was more for training to be independent and understand that the levels that you're going to have to go through to be successful, nobody cares about your pain. Nobody cares about your trials and tribulations. That's the message that he was trying to deliver to us. Another prime example, Allen Iverson gets his eye. Remember he told about the story when Allen Iverson got elbowed or something like that, crazy in his face. And he's leaking on the court. He said, "Boy, you better not get none of that blood on my jersey or on my court." You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of love he was trying to show. He's trying to tell you, like, yo, you got to figure it out regardless. Ain't nobody going to give you no handouts. Ain't nobody going to really show you no love. None of that. You got to figure it out on your own. So, I mean, Big John, you know, he's in the Georgetown family, in the Georgetown community, and just in the basketball community, college basketball community, he's gonna be missed, man, and his legacy will live forever. And definitely serious heavy condolences to his entire family, the Thompson family. We can't even, you know,
everybody.
They lost their pillar, they lost their leader. So, you know, that's what it is, man. You know, it's a tough time for Georgetown, but I said it before, and I'm gonna repeat it again. I think the blueprint was already laid. You know, say he led the blueprint for us, and he set the tone, and it's our job. And I think we are capable enough to carry this thing on and even take it to newer and bigger heights. So much love to Big John, and you know, Georgetown, and you know, we still gonna be Georgetown. We still gonna be rocking. That's forever.
Yep.
So yeah, man. Let's get on to a new topic. This is a topic that Free, I don't know if he's trying to play devil's advocate with me here or what, you know what I'm saying? But it was very disturbing. And we had a conversation going back and forth about this through text for at least a couple hours, talking about this nonsense. I'm going to let you tell what you said, and so the people know that you tripping.
Well,
okay, wait. Let me preface it. Let me start by
saying, and I just go, yeah.
Let me start by saying this. So,
don't make me sound all crazy. I have a point.
I don't know, man. Okay, so look, let me start by saying this. I'm a big Chris Paul fan. Extreme Chris Paul fan. Always been a big Chris Paul fan. Chris Paul came and kicked it with us up at Georgetown. He played pickup with us and all this stuff. I went to his camp. We became friends. We were supposed to hang out. Georgetown hated on me. We were supposed to hang out on New Year's Eve with Chris Paul.
And we were playing DePaul the next day.
We were playing DePaul the next day. Or whatever.
Yeah.
DePaul was some garbage.
It was easy.
It was an easy game. You know what I'm saying? So we are already playing out. It's New Year's Eve. We about to go out.
With Chris Paul.
So what does Coach Thompson do? He take us and put us all in the hotel so can't nobody go out. I'm like, oh my God, right? So we couldn't hang out with Chris. Chris Paul, my man. I think he one of the greatest point guards of all time. Now, Free always gets on me because Chris Paul don't never, you know what I'm saying? He don't get to the pinnacle. He don't get to the pinnacle. Free is a very tough critic, you know. He don't get to the pinnacle. I agree. I think Chris Paul has many opportunities to get there. I don't doubt that. And I think that in Game 7 against the Rockets this past, he kind of he the last quarter he didn't really give me. I wanted him to shoot the tech. He only shot one shot in the last 8-9 minutes of the game. I just didn't like how he finished that. If he had the same mentality as the other 3 games they had previous, they win that game for sure. And they playing the Lakers right now, right? So he's gonna be like, yeah, your man did it again. Your man did it again. And I'm like, damn, right? Because this was this opportunity. Ain't no Kyrie, ain't no Dame Lillard's out. Who else I said is out? Russ was
Curry's gone.
Steph Curry's gone. Russ was hurt. He got a little quad injury. So all the big time point guards for real that we grew up watching are all out. This is Chris Paul's time to shine, right? And I'm like, and I said now Steph gonna come back. So it's, you know, it's a wrap. Like Steph is gonna run everything again. You know what I'm saying? And what was your response to that?
I kind of don't remember what I said.
Hold on. I'm about to look it up. So
it was too early in the morning, but
that's why I think
what I said was along the lines of you got to watch Steph Curry closely. He's also what I say. Okay,
so he made the point. He made a point, right? And it's so many messages I can't even get to the. Okay. You said one thing you said was Dame Lillard was better than him. That's one thing you said. You said Dame Lillard was better.
Okay. This how it goes. This is what happened. So we were talking about Chris Paul not coming up short at the end of the game, right? And along the same lines of what you were saying that, you know, all the point guards are out and yada, yada, yada. And how it started was you said maybe, but he choked the other day. I don't care. I said he did choke. You said, damn. And then you said, oh, well, Steph coming back next year. It's over. Right. I said the Warriors ain't doing shit.
Wait.
That was the first thing I said.
I said Steph going Steph regardless.
But how it started when you said, oh, well, Steph's coming back next year. It's over. I said, Warriors ain't doing shit, bro.
Right.
And then you said, oh, they get Giannis and yada, yada, yada. I was like, nah, it won't happen. Giannis ain't – no way it happens. Yada, yada, yada.
Same thing I said about KD. Ain't no way
he said Steph going Steph regardless. And I said, but that doesn't lead to championships.
And I said, yes, it does.
No, it don't. Because he's Steph unanimously his way to the MVP, 73-9. And what happened?
Bro, they won the year before. Well,
they won the year before. The next year, they ain't winning.
But
they won 73-9. But it was a way better team the next year.
They won the championship that year, and he was MVP.
The year before they won the championship. The next year, when they went 73-9, right, they lost.
But
and they were up 3-1. Let's not forget that.
Bro, Draymond kicked the dude in the nuts.
Draymond still came back.
Yeah, but by that time, Bron had all the momentum. Kyrie was back in full mode, you know what I'm saying? It was a wrap. So Free is trying to tell me.
But then also, your guy Steph had big plays down the stretch and didn't come up, man. I'm just saying, he makes shots. He does make shots. He makes a lot of shots. I just feel like when it gets to down to 4 minutes, when the game gets tight, he be making some bonehead plays and really be missing the shots he be making all for the first 3 quarters. I'm just saying. You got to watch it closely.
Rings, dog. He got 3 rings and 2 MVPs, and you gonna tell me he's making? You said that
he doesn't get 2 extra rings if the Slim Reaper doesn't come in.
I 100% agree. 100% agree.
Okay,
but he already got one before Slim Reaper got there.
Yeah, but then that was going to be his only ring. But yes, you can't take away that he has 3 rings. But come on now,
2 MVPs.
I think the Cavs still get another championship if Kevin Durant doesn't walk into the picture.
Yeah, if that's the if. We don't know.
Because there's a lot of games in that finals where Steph was nowhere to be found, but
that's
Kevin Durant.
True.
That is
why?
Think about it. Think about it. Game 3 or game 4 or wherever when he hits the shot from damn near half. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant when he hit and then he looks at the crowd. If it wasn't for him, they lose that game. Because Steph was 3 for 18 or something like that. Clay was nowhere to be found. I'm just saying, it was nowhere to be found. He saved them and possibly took an MVP from Steph because of his disappearance.
So the argument that Free is also making is that one of the big arguments that Free is making that is he doesn't understand how if he's so good, why he don't have a Finals MVP.
Not one. He should at least have one.
And I said, and my rebuttal to that is that if LeBron James lose in the finals, and it's true, if LeBron James losing in the finals, whoever guarded LeBron James is winning Finals MVP. It's not necessarily on who's the best player on that team. It's necessary. It's really dependent on who was guarding him. No matter, LeBron's going to average 30. Whoever's guarding him, that guy's getting MVP.
But Chris, you already threw out his stats, regardless of who was guarding LeBron James that night or that game and did well or whatever. You said he's averaging 26, 6, and 6. So
right.
You're telling me that doesn't deserve an MVP?
Because
one game they played LeBron James well?
That's LeBron James factor. That's what I'm saying.
And no, we're not going to do that. He should have. The first year they won it, he should have got it.
When Kawhi won in San Antonio, was he the best player on that team?
I feel like he averaged the most on that team.
When the Spurs when Tony Parker got Finals MVP, he was the best player on that team. In Cleveland, when they beat Cleveland, hell no, it was Tim Duncan's team at that time. It was Manu and Tim Duncan's team when Kawhi won.
But no, I feel like Kawhi also averaged the most points that.
I don't know. I gotta check it out. I don't know what his stats was, but he was not the one that led the team. My point is, you can have a good series or have a good 3-4 games and not be the man on the team.
But Iguodala had like one good game.
That's my point. Because LeBron James. What happened is they were in a tough series, and then what happened is they decided to take Bogut out the series, and they inserted Andre Iguodala, right? So really, if you really want to be honest, the Finals MVP is Steve Kerr in that sense, because he's the one that made the switch to go with Andre Iguodala. Steph was still Stephen. He averaging 27 in that series. So to me, if I had to pick the best player on the team that won the championship, it's Steph Curry, not Andre Iguodala. He just happened to guard LeBron James, so they're gonna give it to him because really the Finals MVP was LeBron James, but they just so happened to lose. Flat out, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get it. Like, Steph is the man, son. Come on, Fred. You can't take away what Steph has done. He literally ruined the game. You got all these youngins, and you know better than me. All these youngins is shooting from half court. You coach at the math, they all doing that wild shit. Like, that's that's their game. No, you don't shoot like that. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? All these youngins want to be shooting from half court, doing all spin moves, flicking their wrists all quick, like they sharp like that. Nah, you not. You don't got that. He literally ruined the game. He got all these youngins from 9, 10 years old trying to shoot from 3-quarter, you know what I'm saying? Like off the dribble, coming off screens like you nice, shooting just bombs, breaking them joints at that.
But in my whole argument, I've never said that Steph is trash. Or
Yes, you did.
I never said he sucked. That's not anything that has came out of my mouth. I respect the guy. I just want to understand why he doesn't get a Finals MVP.
Because of LeBron James. It's the LeBron James factor. And I have proof on that. It's LeBron James factor. It's no other way that he doesn't get NBA Finals MVP. KD got it. LeBron was guarding him. Not saying KD deserved it. I'm not taking it.
No, that's not a LeBron James factor. No, that has nothing to do with it.
That had nothing to do with it.
KD averaging like 35, 37 points.
All due respect, yes, KD deserved that. He outplayed LeBron. He outplayed LeBron. That's why he got Finals MVP.
But he's also
That's the only one. That's the only one
35.
That's the only one that's different. I mean, he's arguably one of the greatest. I mean, he is one of the greatest players to ever play. That's the only one that's different. But Kawhi Leonard, Tony Parker got his Finals MVP because he won the Finals MVP. He wasn't the best player on that team at all. Tim Duncan was the man on that team. He had a great match.
So what you're saying is, all right, LeBron James factor, whatever you're talking about.
Absolutely.
Andre Iguodala was the best
defender.
The best defender of that series, so he gets Finals MVP.
Right. They don't have no defensive player of the series, so they got to give him Finals MVP. And you can't get
Steph was averaging like 27 first.
Yeah. That's what it was. Because there's no other explanation. He shot like 43% from three, and he's averaging 27, 7, and 7. There's no other explanation other than LeBron James on the other side, and they lost, and Iguodala was the one who came into the starting lineup and started, and just so happened to guard LeBron. Didn't stop him, but guard LeBron. And they gave him a different dynamic because they can match up with them size-wise. That's the only reason he got MVP.
Him being the face of the franchise and being the man in Golden State, he can't get one Finals MVP?
Nah. Because then KD came.
I will say this. He actually had 2 years where he had a chance to win Finals MVP, but he disappeared in a couple of games. And then KD, I think it was the last Finals that they were in, or the one they actually won, when KD once again in game 3 or 4 had a crazy game because Steph was quiet.
Okay, and he deserved. KD was at that time. We all know playoffs comes down to matchups. The biggest matchup on the court was whoever's guarding Kevin Durant. That's a fact. Whoever's guarding Kevin Durant in any game, that is a mismatch. I don't care who it is. You can run down the line. If you say they play defense, they ain't got nothing to guard Kevin. Absolutely nothing. That's the matchup. So yeah, when he comes to the team, you gotta shift your shit. Everything gotta go according. You know what I'm saying? If he want the ball on this wing, or if he want the ball here, you gotta do that because he that nice. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to agree to disagree on this one because
we will.
You hating on my man Steph, and I really think
I'm not hating on him.
Nah. I think you are because I think it really boils down to you still a little upset the way he did us dirty in our freshman year. I think that still has some little lingering. I understand that because I ain't like the way they handled, how that whole thing went too. And then you fouled too because you blame me for that.
I didn't blame you for that.
Yeah.
I just know you being the outspoken one that you are, you let certain things get in the middle of that.
Think about it. So I'm gonna talk about it. So this is how it went down in that game. So listen, everybody got dog bombs, so it ain't no big deal. So we in the huddle, right? And the second half started, and I've said this story plenty of times. At halftime, I saw the whole game, how it was transpiring, because I was sitting on the bench the whole time. And not the whole time, but most of my freshman year, I sat on the bench a lot because I was coming off an injury and all that. And as I'm watching the game, I see that Steph Curry in the first half is figuring us out. He probably got like 6 points in the first half, dog. Like real life, probably 6 points in the first half. But I see him figuring everything out. And I went in the locker room at halftime and I say, yo, I'm a freshman, so I'm trying to, be quiet. True story. And Free was sitting right next to me. True story. And I'm like, yo, man, we gotta stay on this Steph Curry dude, man, because he looked like he figuring out what we doing. True story. And Free, no, he was sitting right now. I'm like, yo, we gotta.
We called him Stephen Curry at the time, not Steph. He was Stephen.
Yeah, we gotta watch out for Stephen. You know what I'm saying? So, and everybody looking at me like, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, all right. I'm a freshman, and we got a whole bunch of seniors and vets on our team, so I'm going to stay in my lane. Y'all been to the Final Four, so okay. Y'all know better than me. I'm going to just, fall in line, right? And then it came out the first play, boom, bang, 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 right? So coach put me in, and I ain't stop him. I just, kind of slowed him down for a couple possessions and all that stuff. I saw him, and then I got up off of him. And my man J Rib got on him, and oh Lord, he started barbecue chicken and J Rib. Shout out to Jeremiah Rivers, that's my dog. But goodness gracious, he started going haywire. Right? We go to the timeout. And I'm like, Coach, let me guard him. You know what I'm saying? And J Rib like, nah, I got him. And Free said, see, it's your fault. You should have guarded him. He talking about you should. I said, what am I supposed to do at that time? I'm a freshman. He said he won't guard him. Okay. He started hitting and one.
He supposed to step in and be like, nah, I got it.
He started hitting and 1 threes. He hit a crazy reverse layup. Oh my God. In traffic. Do you remember that? And one joint? I was like, oh Lord, yes, he is nice. And the rest is history, dog. The rest is history. So
that John went pump fake through that shit.
That was on me. He pump fake. I jumped all into him. That joint that came out. I was like,
oh, well, there it goes.
If he made that, goodness. Nah,
oh my God, bro.
And then it's funny. I remember after that, people was like, yeah, you think Steph, because he ain't come out there. He came out the next year. He was like, yeah, I think Steph gonna be good in the NBA. I said, he gonna dominate. If somebody cooks me, this is how I feel. If I feel like I'm having an issue guarding somebody, if I really feel like I'm having an issue guarding somebody, I believe that he is going to be very good at whatever level he goes to. Because I'm not just an easy person to just cook. You know what I'm saying? I play defense. I understand that. But if you cook, if I feel that you have the upper hand on me, then yeah. He nice. You know what I'm saying? He nice. And I knew that. And the rest is history. So we're going to get off the Steph topic, though, because Steph is the man. I fuck with Steph. He it's all good. And his brother nice, too. All right. So let's talk about some NBA basketball.
Let's get into this bubble talk.
Wait.
Let's start here. Let's start with the team with the best record in the NBA. The team with two-time MVP, and is he Defensive Player of the Year too?
D-Boy too, yes.
Going to be Defensive Player of the Year.
He won it.
Or he is Defensive Player of the Year. Let's talk about them first. I think we need to get them out the way first because of the shit they're doing right now.
Giannis is gone. He's not going back to Milwaukee.
I think he stays.
What?
I think he stays. I don't think he goes anywhere. Because, all they're going to do is, he's going to go to, he's going to go to state. The floor is going to be open for him, so I'm guessing maybe better.
I don't think he's going to Golden State.
Where do you think he goes?
The team that's about to sweep him. Yeah.
I think you're also saved. You can also be saved out there, and it'll be as hard if he goes to Miami too, though, because I feel like you still wall up over there.
Son, they got shooters over there. They got everything in Miami for him. First of all, he's European, and we both played in Europe, right? any store we go into in Europe, there is either LA apparel, New York apparel, or Miami apparel. When you talk to Europeans and they talk about where they want to go, Miami. They all say Miami. Oh, you go to Miami, you go to the beach, you go to this. Oh, I want to go. You know, they all talk like that, right? I'm like, damn, man. Yeah, Miami Beach is cool, but shit, it's a whole lot of other stuff out here too. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But they all like their fantasy is like, you know, I have teammates that like, oh yeah, we gonna go on vacation. We talking about, yeah, we want to go to Ibiza, we want to go to Greece, we want to go somewhere else. They talk about they want to go to Miami. I'm like, no, we've been going to Miami every Memorial Day, Labor Day. We always down there. Summertime, all
regular thing.
that's a normal experience. Not saying it ain't awesome, but like shit, everybody be going to Miami. It ain't about nothing. I'm trying to see what all this. You got all this stuff over here. Why y'all don't try? You know what I'm saying? But I understand. So for me, Giannis is Greek. Where would he want to go? He can't. I would not go to Golden State, and I'm gonna tell you why I wouldn't go to Golden State. Meanwhile, they're gonna get swept. It's over. Like it's over.
Yeah, it's done. It's done.
So that's the biggest. You know, I'm a Miami fan because I just like the culture down there in Miami. You know what I'm saying? They just that energy and how they run their shit and how they just all in with their stuff. I mean, I was always a big D Wade fan. Zoe played down there. I used to love Tim Hardaway. I just always loved the Miami Heat. If Giannis decides to go to Miami, they will run the NBA for the next 4 years. Guaranteed. If he goes to Golden State, it's a lot of traffic over there in the West. A lot of traffic. You got the Clippers. You got the Lakers. You got the Rockets. You got the Nuggets. You got Utah. You got a young Phoenix team. No telling what's going to happen with booking them. It's a lot of traffic over there. Why go mix up in that? When you can be in the East, in Miami, and you got the only team that really is going to have, you're going to have to worry about, in my eyes, I don't even think Toronto at this point, you know, they're going to be good, but I would bet with Miami over Toronto if Giannis went there, is Brooklyn. That's the only real matchup with Kyrie and KD. Look at the pieces they got.
But he's already in the East with the best record in the NBA.
That don't mean nothing. He don't have enough right now.
He doesn't have enough? Milwaukee will not be good until he starts being able to make a jump shot in the half court.
He don't need to make no jump shot if he go down to Miami.
Does, Chris. We're seeing it right now.
He don't need to. Miami doesn't believe that anybody else on your team can beat them. So they going to lock in on him. And I believe that can't nobody else beat them on their team.
He's able to get to the basket whenever he wants, but when they decide, there's teams like Miami, like you said, they're locking in on him, that are able to stop him from getting to the rim.
Exactly.
If he's able to make maybe 3 to maybe 4, sometimes 5 jump shots a game, he's going to be unstoppable. He's unstoppable right now, and he's just getting to the basket. So if he's able to make 3 to 5 jump shots a game, he will be unguardable.
I still don't think that makes them a championship team. I still don't think so.
I think it does, because now if he's able to make the jump shot, now we're worried about him making the jump shot.
I'm still letting him shoot. I'm just going to put a hand up late. I'd rather live with that all day for the rest of his career than him going to the rim. I'm still living with him shoot. If he want to shoot, that is on us justice. He going to the rim. I don't care. If you want to shoot Giannis, that's what I'm saying, man. The game has been so different that people are like, oh, he ain't got to shoot nothing. If he want to keep that's what I'm saying. If he go to Miami, it's filled with, and he's getting better. He's gotten better at shooting every year. His shot has gotten better every year. Is it perfect yet? Absolutely not. But it's gotten better every year. Now,
but actually, at one point in time, it was actually pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. It's gotten better. It's gotten better.
I'm just saying. Before all this, when he was just getting into the league, he had a fluent jump shot. He was making threes and stuff like that. I don't know who jumped in and changed his jump shot or whatever. But at the beginning, when he first got into the league, his jump shot, he had a fluent like form, and he had no hitch and all that
Bro,
stuff. I'm just saying he got to make 3 to 5 jump shots.
he made a great
I feel like
decision.
anywhere he goes.
He made a great decision by stop shooting jump shots and go to the hole and
I'm not
dunk.
saying he got to shoot jump shots the whole time. I'm just saying he's got to be able to, he don't need the Ben Simmons jump. And that's kind of what they be giving him, though.
Slim. He's the modern day Shaq. No jump. You don't need no jump shots. Do what you do. If you want to shoot a jump shot,
well, that's why at the end of the game, and they're going to the Chris Middletons, and they're going.
That's my point. That's my point.
Dog. Like
he's never going to be a knockdown 3-point shooter. I don't see that in Giannis.
I'm not saying he got to be a knockdown shooter. He just got to be able to make 3 to 5 jump shots a game. So
yes,
you have to worry about it.
Now, let me say. Now, I do think Giannis will improve, just like he has every year. He's improved every year. He's improved, right? I love Giannis's game, but now let me argue my point. You bring him down to Miami. You got Goran Dragic. You got Duncan Robinson. You cannot help off of him whatsoever.
Well, somebody got to go if he's going here, don't he?
Right, he's a free agent.
I mean, but they got enough money for him down there?
He's a free agent, yeah. Anybody, who else is going to sign right?
He's a free agent, but Miami's got to have the money to give to him.
Why won't they have the money?
And they just give Jimmy $100 million over down there?
That was last year. Now you can sign another max player this year. I don't understand. Why? Yes. It's there.
Hey, I don't know.
Yeah, hell yeah. What you mean?
I mean, they're also going to have guys coming up like Bam Adebayo. Like, I mean,
on a rookie deal, and then he'll get a deal when he come up.
But they had to get Bam $100 million once this time comes.
He gonna get it.
So you going? I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I don't see why not. Financially, it works, bro. Like it works financially. Because Bam is still on his rookie deal. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Jimmy, who's already paid. He there. That's signed. You need a third piece. So you bring him down to mind. You got all the shooters. You got Hero. You got Kendrick Nunn. You got Jay Crowder. And they all dogs and bullies. You know what I'm saying? They all dogs. And you put him with that nucleus. You just add him into that with Goran Dragic, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, Bam, and then you put Giannis in there. Oh my God, son!
But he got shooters though. You gotta say he got shooters over there.
Not like them, and they don't defend like them. They ain't got that dog like the Miami Heat players, and he ain't got Jimmy Butler. They ain't got it like that.
I mean,
dog. If he goes down there, they automatically go to 1 or 2 in the East. Hands down, and they are my favorite, my pick. Because I don't know. I think KD is gonna be KD, but I mean he coming off Achilles, so it's still a little up in the air. But I think that's the matchup in the Eastern Conference Finals.
But yeah, that's what you got. And I don't think it's gonna be so sweet in Miami like that, especially when they got whatever they got going on in Brooklyn.
That's what I'm saying. Who else gonna beat them? Boston is not gonna beat them.
I mean, if Boston just continues to, be who they are, they're going to be always tough in the East. And your team Philly with your guy over there.
It's over.
I mean, what you mean? They just got rid of Brett Brown. They're bringing in somebody else. Maybe they'll go with what you said.
Who?
With the Ben Simmons situation, maybe they'll go with what you think.
So I like Ben Simmons going to Golden State more than I like Giannis going to Golden State. I think he's more of a facilitator. He's more of a guy that loves to pass and all that stuff. Like it's like putting him in a Draymond situation. Imagine him, Ben Simmons running. You see how fast he's running on the court? Imagine him running. He got these shooters.
So do you get rid of Draymond or you keep him?
For Ben Simmons, I think I would let go of Draymond.
You get rid of Draymond?
For Ben Simmons, yeah. I think, and I know a lot of people will be like, man, Draymond is. I personally like Draymond Green. I think he's the glue for that team. But I think Ben Simmons is a better Draymond. You know what I'm saying? He's a better. He's at this point he's a better defender. Neither one of them are great shooters. I would give that edge to Draymond, but they're not. You know, who passes better? I got to go with Ben. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go with Ben. Who's more of a natural like point? Ben Simmons. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just I think it just who can guard 1 through 5 against anybody? Ben Simmons. I think it's a great fit for Ben, more so than Giannis. Giannis goes over there, then Giannis has to really change it. In a way, he has to kind of change his game because that position has been a facilitator. And like I said, Steph is gonna be Steph, and we cannot forget about the other Splash brother. He got to get off his. He gonna get his 20 shots a game too. You know what I'm saying? He's not a guy like Kevin Durant where he can just like he can get a bucket like off of any type of move, off of any type of anything, just because of the way he's played. You put Ben Simmons into that lineup, oh my God, bro. They running so fast down the court. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine that? Bro, they are flying down the court with Ben Simmons. Just give him the ball and let them dudes run the wings, man. It's a wrap. Then they probably gonna, you know, if they get James Wiseman, oh Lord, they're contenders again. They're contenders. Now, Giannis down in Miami. I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's like a match. I was arguing with somebody down today. He was like, oh man, Giannis back getting the gym with KD, working on his free throws and his 3-point. I said, KD ain't about to fix this man free throws and 3-point shot. How you gonna do that? Why would KD care to fix his 3-point shot and his free throws? And this is, you know, what are you talking about? Like,
no, they're just going off the, you know, the fact that, you know, guys working out together and stuff. You know,
that's bull. That's bull. I don't believe in none of that shit. I ain't working out with nobody in 10 years of being professional. You know what I'm saying? And my jump shot has gotten better. So I don't know what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, Giannis is getting better. It's proven he's gotten better every single year, dog. He goes to Miami, they are running this shit for the next 4 years. It's not even close. Bam is young, Jimmy is in his prime, and Giannis is still young. Then you got 6'7" shooter at the 2 guard and Duncan Robinson. You got Jay Crowder, who's a bully and can shoot. Then you got who else you got over? You got I ain't even mentioned Derrick Jones. They will be so athletic and so long. It's a problem for everybody. I don't see how they really, when they get the chemistry down, they might end up breaking the Warriors joint. I'm trying to tell you, that's how good they can be. That's how good they be. And the culture, so you know they're going to be working out crazy. Pat Riley don't play none of that. Eric Spoelstra is an underrated coach. People, you know, don't give him as much credit as he deserves. Like, they going to be sharp, dog. They going to be so tough. Miami. He go to Miami, and he's European. He wants to go, you know what I'm saying? They be wanting to be in Miami. Shit, we want to be in Miami. So, you know, damn sure the Euros want to be in Miami. So, dog, it's like a match made in heaven. And it's a big market. Come on, man. Who don't want to see a Miami LA finals? You want to see Milwaukee LA? Hell no. I want to see Miami and LA.
I just don't see it. I think Milwaukee gets the deal done for him to come back. That's
I gotta know. Because ain't no free agents coming over there. If Giannis goes back, he ain't trying to be as big as I thought he was trying to be. That's how I see it. You being loyal to what? To what? Nobody's being loyal to nothing no more. For what? Niggas change teams like they change underwear every day. You know what I'm saying? So
it's true.
So what you being loyal to them for? You giving everything that you could possibly give to them. There's no free agents coming to Milwaukee. Just like LeBron had to leave because there wasn't no free agents coming to Cleveland. You got to go. You got to get out of there. Midwest ain't that. It ain't it. Not in the NBA. It ain't it. It's you got to go. You got to go where the big markets are. Miami is due. Like, it's over. Like, look at these dudes. They are punishing them, son. And I just thought, I'm like, dang, if Giannis go over there, ain't like Jimmy Butler need the ball all the time. Ain't like Bam need the ball all the time. You got a surefire closer in Jimmy Butler. Sure, he's closing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, it's you might as well. That's a Jimmy Butler and Giannis. Dog, that's tough.
This is okay.
Just think about it, Free. That's all I'm just saying. Just think about it. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. I know. Also, I heard reports that because after I said this, I looked it up. I heard reports that he's thinking about the Raptors, but I don't think he goes to Raptors. First of all, another thing, people's like, yeah, he can get the most money. I'm like, first of all, if you want to get the most money, you damn sure need to go to Miami because ain't no state tax. LA taxes is dumb high if you go over there. Toronto taxes is crazy.
Or you just go to Houston.
Houston?
Yeah.
I don't like Houston for him. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you got two ball dominant dudes in Houston, Russ and James. So they need a third fiddle like a Kevin Love. You know what I'm saying? Someone that's in that third spot. You know,
well, he could play the 5 over there. That's how they playing over there. And then I can really pick and roll.
Yeah, but Giannis would not be the same if you went because at the end of the day, it's gonna go back to James Harden getting busy and he's just gonna be standing there. Nah.
But can you imagine the way they play and how it's 5 guys around the arc and he's coming down full speed and
that
he's
could be
able to get to the rim
But again, they in the West. It's a lot of traffic. That's what I'm just saying. It's a lot of traffic. It's a lot of the East is wide open. There's no reason for him to leave the East. It's wide open. Why go to the West and be involved in all that traffic? And if you're going to go to the West, you might as well go to Golden State. It's a bigger market. I'm just saying, like, I feel like if you're going to go to the West, you got to go to Golden State. If you're going to the East, you can go to Miami. You can stay in Milwaukee, which I don't think is smart. And you can go to Toronto. You can go, you know what I'm saying? It's options on the East, but not in the West. You can only really go to Golden State. Them Clippers is coming. They're gonna be around. They got a squad. The Lakers is gonna be around. They got a mob. You know what I'm saying? The Golden State is gonna be Golden State. Denver is coming. Jamal Murray is out of this world. Nikola Jokic.
Jazz already?
Huh?
You say the Jazz?
The Jazz. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of motion over there. It's a lot of traffic. You might get bumped by one of these dudes because these youngest is coming. So it's going to be, I mean, you stay in the East, you just got to meet up with KD. And then, may the best man win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, but you also got KD. You got Boston, Indiana. I'm just saying they can get. I mean, Sabonis is going to be back next year. So I mean,
so Bonus or Giannis? Come on, man.
He was an all-star. He was an all-star though. Come on.
Indiana.
I'm just saying they're going to be better next year. You know, it's not like
they will be better.
Anything can happen. Once 82 games.
They will be better. Will Vic go back to Indiana?
I mean, he's still in the contract, ain't he?
But are they going to trade Vic?
I don't think they trade Vic.
I don't think they are either, but you can't take that off the table.
You're right, but I think they keep him.
You got TJ Warren coming into his own. I'm just playing, I'm just, messing around, right? You got TJ Warren coming into his own. You said Sabonis is an all-star. You got Malcolm Brogdon, who's a big-time point guard, who I think is super underrated. You got Holiday as another point guard. You got both Holidays. Vic could be a good opportunity, thinking about it from the business side, if they get a big asset for Vic Oladipo right now. Do I think it would be right? Absolutely not. But business-wise, this is the type of moves these dudes be making.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it, it's like, shit, Giannis go down, man, what first game of the season is going to be? Miami versus Brooklyn. In Brooklyn. Tuned in. Chuck and Kenny and Shaq and Ernie calling the joint. Ooh, I can't wait. Come on, son. What would you rather see, that, or would you rather see him stay in Milwaukee?
Um,
The NBA is all entertainment. Come on, man. You need the best players to be in the biggest markets. Go to Miami and stop playing around. They just don't. They bringing out the brooms. You going fishing tomorrow or tonight or whenever it is. It's a wrap. Them dogs. They scored 13 points in the fourth quarter and they the number one seed. It is a wrap. It's no way he's going back.
So who do we put that on? Who's that on?
It's on him, but it's also on the fact that the Miami Heat do not believe in any of his supporting cast. They can't beat them. So we just gonna square in on Giannis. They can't beat them. I guarantee you that's what they said. Man, we ain't worried about them. We stop him, game over. And that's what happened. We don't have enough. You want to tell me you rather have Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez, or you rather have Jimmy and Bam? I'll take Jimmy and Bam with Giannis.
But I mean, it's been working in Milwaukee, man. I'm just saying. It's just not in the playoffs.
Yeah, Isaiah Thomas and the Celtics was number one seed. Got him up out of there. Get him out of there.
But that's the LeBron James factor, ain't it?
That's the Giannis factor. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. It's the same shit. That's what I'm trying to say, Free. Yo, that's what I'm saying. That's the factor. You're not getting through the East. The regular season is different. They're going to clamp down on it. The scouting report get a little different. Jimmy get that whole different playoff Jimmy into him. That's a whole different mode. Bam is a dog. Oh, my God, he's a dog. Jay Crowder is a dog. They got bullies. Not to mention they got your man coming off the bench. Old Wally vet, Iggy. Coming off the bench. They got a mob. You crazy. They might go to the finals this year.
They might. If they can get this.
Now imagine if they bring in Giannis to that fold. Oh my God. They're favorites.
Possibly. Well,
Think about it.
We'll see what happens.
All right, so what's your predictions on the rest of the NBA playoffs?
All right, we're just gonna go by the round, like this upcoming round, the next round coming up. I got LA in the final, the Western Conference Finals.
So this Houston win ain't mean nothing to you?
Nah, I feel like game.
So LA and what? Lakers in what?
6.
Lakers in 6. Okay.
Lakers in 6. Clippers in 7.
Really?
I think Denver figures it out. I think Jokic has a really good game, or really starts to impose his will in the series. I get Kawhi's gonna be Kawhi, but you know how I feel about the others of the.
That's your man. People need to know how you feel about PG, dog.
How I feel about PG. Yeah. I just as of right now, I just feel like he's been a really good regular season guy. And in the playoffs, it's just been I'm gonna say it's been a struggle for him, but it's just like in situations he's nowhere to be found. I get it. Yes, we got kind of hype about him being in Indiana and certain games of him, having good games and stuff like that. But was it like how Dame Lillard went for 60 and sent people home type thing? No, it wasn't really like that. It was more so just like, oh, yeah, he got potential. But now it's like, okay, well, you gonna be this guy, you calling yourself playoff P. You can't be out there with 10 points, or you can't be out there with 7 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists, and then you talk about I'm playing an all-around game, and it's not just offense, and I'm not a James Harden guy, and all that other shit. But in the regular season, you out there boogieing, you get into it like you James Harden. You got the ball in your hand, and you between the legs, crossover behind the back, and all that other stuff. So in the playoffs, what you doing in the regular season? I need you to do the same thing. So I don't need all these other excuses you giving the media.
Listen, I like Paul George. I personally like Paul George, and I feel what you're saying. He was first team all NBA and first team all defense previous year. So man is elite. But I don't know what's going on right now. And the name playoff P is not justified. But I also don't think the other nickname is justified just yet. Did you hear the other nickname people calling him right now?
What?
Pandemic P. I don't think that's warranted right now either.
I'm not gonna say we're gonna call him Pandemic P, but we can call him non-playoff P as of right now. We'll give him that. We'll call him non-playoff P. We'll go with it.
All right. So you got Clippers and
7.
Lakers and 6. What's on the East?
And the East is pretty much over. We're going Boston, Miami. Boston, Miami for sure, because Milwaukee's done, and if it wasn't for OG Anunoby, for some reason,
who threw the pass?
I don't care who made the pass, dog. Yeah, great pass, Kyle Lowry, but if it wasn't for OG Anunoby, okay, if OG Anunoby didn't make the shot, then are we really talking about the pass?
If OG wouldn't have got the ball if it wasn't for him.
What do you mean? If OG caught the pass, right, from Kyle Lowry, if he doesn't make the shot, are we like, oh my God, that was a great pass Kyle Lowry made? He just ain't make no shot.
But he made it, so credit to OG.
But anyway, Toronto's done. Anyway, okay, this is Toronto. Done in 5.
I'm not writing Toronto, but I hear you.
Gentleman sweep. It's the gentleman sweep. I'm sorry. 4-1 Boston over the Raptors, and I like Toronto because even my G League coach was the assistant coach over there. Nate yeah, Nate Bjorken and Tyler Marsh and all them over there. So, but it's 4-1 over there. Boston got them, and
all right, so you got Boston. I'm gonna go with Boston too.
It's a clean sweep with Miami and Milwaukee. So
what's this Boston-Miami series looking like?
I don't know. I don't know yet.
I'm going Miami in 6.
I don't know, bro. That jump might go 7. I think Boston has the weapons for Miami. They have guys. Yes, Miami's a great defensive team, but I feel like Boston does have the guys that can create on their own. They got guys they actually got to worry about over there.
They do. I like that. They match up both teams. This is a great matchup, Miami Boston. Goran Dragic, Kemba Walker's a great matchup. Jimmy's going guard Jason Tatum, Duncan Robinson, and Marcus Smart. Bam, and who's the 4 over there in Boston? Oh, Jaylen Brown. Great matchup. Then at the 5 is at the 5 for Miami. Probably Bam is at the 5 for Miami. Oh, you got Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder and Jaylen Brown. Great matchup. And then you got Bam and Daniel Tice. I got to go with Bam in that situation.
Bam and Tice.
Yeah.
They also got Enes Kanter coming off the bench, man.
He's barbecue chicken if he get in the game.
One of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA, man.
Barbecue chicken. They going right at him every time down the court. He can't guard a wall.
But Enes ain't no slouch, though, man.
Enes can't guard a wall.
You right, but he ain't no slouch. They gonna throw it down to him, and he gonna get you.
My 7-year-old son CJ will get a bucket.
He's getting you 8. He's getting you 8. He's getting you 8 and 6.
He's giving up 19 and 10.
He's not gonna be in the game that long to give up 19 and 10. So
Daniel Tice ain't gonna be in the game that long either because he gonna be fouling. He out of there. It's a good matchup though. It's a good matchup. I like the matchup. I'm still going Miami though. And then so who you got in the finals? You got you ain't telling me who you got in this Miami Boston joint.
I haven't said. So I feel like next conversation or next podcast, when we talk again, I can give you. I'll give you where I'm at on that.
All right, but to tell me this: Clips or Lakers?
I don't know. I don't know.
Lake Show, baby.
Yeah. So what you think about this Houston series then?
Hey, it was a fill-out game. You know how Bron do. He trying to see what's what.
That's all it was. And,
yeah, that's all it was.
Houston got some guys, that, you got Jeff Green who's on the podcast and everything. And I know they played well. They was up 20 on them.
They did what they were supposed to do, man. They
got people hyped. They got the game that, if you didn't get it, you was getting swept. But they got it. So it's like all right, bet. So
hey, shout out to Jeff Green. He had a great playoff series, man.
They went ahead and got the one they were supposed to get. But yeah, people hype now. They're like, let's see, Houston. I was talking to somebody yesterday. They jumped on. I was like, yeah, the Lakers went ahead and gave that one away. So he jumped on my Twitter. Was like, yeah, Houston took it from him. So I'm like, I wouldn't say all that.
Yeah, Houston did out rebound them, which is surprising.
But by maybe I'm gonna say like maybe 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, you could tell they were just like, all right, well, we know what they do, we get it, they're up. Let's not fight too hard for game one.
Right now,
sit down. Game two now we're like, all right, bet, here we go.
Turn it up.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Yeah. Turn it up. And, oh, my God, LeBron is still bouncy. Goodness.
Yeah, you just sit there. He be like, calculating everything, processing what's going on. And then,
All right, so we're going to revisit the rest of the playoffs on the next podcast.
For sure.
But I do have questions about you for the NFL. You are a diehard, and you die hard every year, Cowboys fan, right?
Wait. Don't say I die hard. I am a diehard fan, yes, but I don't die
hard every year.
I don't die hard every year. We beat you guys twice, usually every year, so I'm pretty much good, because now you can't really talk shit to me because it's like, why you can't say anything because we're whooping y'all every year, so.
Who is y'all? Redskins are no longer a franchise.
So the Washington football team, we whoop you guys every year.
Bro,
no matter if y'all change the name, it's the same colors. Y'all the same team.
No, when it comes to the record of the Washington football team versus Dallas Cowboys, it is 0-0. So
then I don't know. We can't even really count it as a rivalry anymore. Push y'all to the side now,
Right. It ain't no rivalry because we ain't even got no, you know what I'm saying?
The Washington football team and, what they call it, the New York football Giants. Yeah, y'all go ahead and be rivals.
Listen, we are happy to be associated with the NFL. We are not trying to be a contender. We're not trying to be anything. We're just happy that we get the invitation and to be in the NFL every year. That's how I feel about
that comes from pure, that from stress and frustration every year. That's where it comes from, right there. You start taking moral victories, and you start, looking at the brighter side of things. And
hands that I threw the towel in. I am all with Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. I hope they win it all. I threw my towel in. I'm not going to. I don't need stress. Stress is not necessary when it comes to something that I can't control. So, with that being said, I don't care. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I just want to, you know what I'm saying? I just like going to the stadium and all that. I ain't tripping. Yeah, I ain't tripping. It's all good. It is all good. They cool. I'd rather go to Baltimore and check.
A lot of my friends that are watching football, what is it? How would you say it? That are fans of the football team?
Supporters.
Is that how you say it? Fans of the football team? God, but if I just say fans of the football team, then we want to know what team that is.
Washington.
So we say Washington football team. Okay, whatever. Washington football team. It just comes from so much heartache and how I mean I get it. Like right now, from what I see, no stress.
I'm in a good place.
Like you draw smiles. You gave up. But if you were invested, your face would be red and you'd be upset and probably get too much sleep. And
let's be real. When I was invested, how it was when we was in college. I'm bringing the newspapers and I'm plastering them joints all over when we whooped that ass. And you know what time it is.
Don't even. But it was very, very far and few.
No.
For 4 years we were in school.
No, that's not true. We had won the NFC East twice, and y'all had won the NFC East twice too. We were tied until they started doing all this wild stuff. We were tied. Let's be real. We were. Yes, indeed. But that was back on the old club. But I don't recognize them anymore. We are the Washington football team, and I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan because I like Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So best of luck to you guys this year.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We're actually trying to play for something. So
I'm trying to play for something every year. The same shit.
We really are.
Every year they talking about this.
We're getting down and dirty this year, man.
That's what y'all say every year, son.
I don't say that every year though. I'm just saying
every year.
I can honestly say I've probably only said it twice. And last year was 1 year, and this year, I was really high last year, and then they really disappointed me. I was really upset last year. I wasn't too stressed out and stuff like that. After I just learned to live with it, I was like, this is what it's
you need to come over to the Ravens, man.
But this year, for sure, we're right at people this year. I feel like we got the defense this year. Adding Everson Griffin. I understand my man just got hurt. Gerald McCoy, that really hurt us. But, I feel like we got a really good defensive line.
You ain't got no run stoppers.
Tank's still there. So let's not do that. Let's not take it away. DeMarcus Lawrence is still there. He ain't going nowhere. And we got Everson Griffin. So, we out here rocking right now. We got one on one side, one on the other side. We got, Vander Esch, Jalen Smith. We got Jordan. We got to worry about, maybe Byron Jones is gone. So, the DBs, we got to really worry about.
Y'all don't want to pay your quarterback, so he mad. So that's it.
But Dak's still playing, though. He's still playing. He ain't one of those guys who, I got to get paid this. It's the agent that's really doing all that talking.
He better be acting like he needs.
Dak is going to go out there, do his thing that he's been doing for, since he's been in the league,
I don't want to pay your quarterback.
That he can't play quarterback. He can't throw, yada, yada, yada. But the guy gets it done. He gets it done.
Drake Jones don't think he worth it.
He gets it done.
Drake Jones like, man, you know what?
We over here trying to get Earl Thomas. So, I mean, yeah, I want to pay that right now.
I don't think Earl Thomas got it in him no more.
Earl Thomas, man, we're going to get him, bro. I really wanted Jamal Adams, though. If we'd have got him, y'all have had to think about something. If we'd have got him.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah. Go ahead. And then we got, the young CD Lamb, Gonna have him in the slot early. Oh my God. Got a lot of weapons over there, dog.
But y'all always got weapons, dog.
No, we don't always have weapons. We're not gonna do that. No, we don't always have weapons.
What you mean? You've had the most consistent tight end over the last 15 years. He's there. You got receivers every year. You got Amari Cooper.
We just got Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper's like that.
Yeah, I didn't say he wasn't.
So you got Amari Cooper over there. You got one of the best.
I'm just saying, this year the weapons are really there this year.
So when you lose this year, what will be the excuse?
What you mean? The point is the season hasn't started yet, and we can't really have that conversation. But right now, I can talk how I want to talk. CeeDee Lamb in the slot, Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, We out here, dog.
What's your prediction?
Gotta stop that.
What's
And
your
I ain't even
expectation?
talk. I ain't even get to the man yet. I ain't even talk to him. We ain't talk about him yet. I ain't even get to the guy.
What's your expectations for this year?
I think we go 10-6 this year. We win the NFC.
All these guys, you got all these weapons and 10-6.
We're still the Dallas Cowboys, dude. We give up at least 2.
You can't get 11-5 with all these.
We go 10-6, bro. 10-6.
See, you don't even believe in your squad, for
I
real.
believe in my squad. We get into the playoffs. I'm just saying. We get into the playoffs and then everything works from there.
If y'all got all that, 10-6 is not enough.
I felt last year I said 12-4 last year. Or I said 12-4 last year. Niggas went up 8-8. So yeah, I'm going 10-6. We win the NFC East. And step off, bro. Get into the playoffs, and then anything can happen.
So I had this conversation with my man, your man too, Kenny Tate. Shout out Kenny Tate. And we was talking about the NFL, and I was saying how that I think the NFL should do a bubble as well.
I agree.
I think the NFL should go to Vegas and play only conference games and leave one game for a marquee matchup, i.e. Tampa versus New England. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that, but either Vegas or playing the new LA Jones.
Right, or that LA joint. Oh my God. But you can't have all the teams in the LA joint. You know what I'm saying?
You have teams in Vegas, and you have teams in LA, and then or maybe do it like had an AFC in here and the NFC here, and y'all do y'all games, and then or maybe 4 places.
Right. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking 4 places for each division, for the divisions.
Or 1 or no. How many divisions? You got AFC East, AFC.
You got, I don't know, man. Hold up.
NFC East, NFC West, South, North. Same thing with the AFC, I think.
I think so.
Right. So it's 4. So 4 spots. So each spot.
Yeah, 4 spots.
Or 8 altogether, and then do it like that.
Yeah, I think it'd be tight, man. I think if we did the bubbles.
Then the playoffs, y'all do it in one joint, and then the Super Bowl, y'all quarantine, and then
I think it's 8 divisions, so you put 2 divisions in one location, so it's 4 spots.
I think that might be too.
So it's not just games on Sundays. You play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or every other day or something. Not every game, not every football team, but I'm saying all right, y'all playing
every day, pretty much.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that could be a good look. 2 divisions. Hey, we'll see what happens, but I'm telling you, the Cowboys, you need to come on to the Baltimore side because shit looking good on this.
I'm good where I'm at. I enjoy it's something about the blue and gray or silver or whatever you want to say. So,
how y'all American teams ain't won no suit? Y'all bad representation for America.
How?
Y'all ain't won. We wanted. That's just. Y'all ain't won since Troy Aikman.
Man.
Meanwhile, Tony Romo in the booth getting paid. Oh my God,
he getting busy in the booth. He at least ain't throwing interceptions.
My man tripped over.
I think I know more football now because of him. So
he is elite when it comes to analysts of this game. Though he be calling plays.
I tell you what plays happening, what they're calling, how they're doing it. Like you be like, oh, okay, I see it. Oh, okay.
He's really
tell
special.
you when they switching it to the other side.
He is really special. I was like, oh, how you do? Like, I was watching the games. I'm like, yo, he's really good. He's really, really good. But nah, man. So yeah, we gonna end the show like that. I think it was a good show. We paid tribute and paid our respects to Big John. I think he was that we were supposed to do on that. We had a good talk about this Steph Curry situation, which I just don't understand with Free.
Whatever, dog.
I think Giannis is going to Miami. I think the NBA. You don't think he's going to Miami?
I don't think he's going to Miami, but hey.
I mean, you can't beat him, join him. You know what I'm saying?
So they say.
You know, I think the NBA bubble has been awesome for sport, hoops fans like us. You know what I'm saying? Seeing them in the AU atmosphere. And we have understood that Free will die with the Cowboys no matter what. And I am a free agent. I like to watch
And
Lamar Jackson.
you changed teams at 30 years old. So I mean, hey.
Yeah, because I understand that the Washington football team, if you don't even have a nickname, you cannot be about winning. And I cannot associate myself with somebody that does not care about winning. So I think it's an easy, break. I don't have no hard feelings. They don't want to win. So what's the hard feelings?
I mean, I just was the number 2 pick, the Mather guy, by the way. I feel like he brings, a nice little buzz to the football team,
I look forward to seeing what he does out there. I really do. I hope he's great, It'll be great. I'm not saying that I won't ever go back to them, but they need a nickname, bro. This is ridiculous.
I mean, the Washington football team, and you got the New York Football Giants. It's kind of cool. I like the rivalry. That's a cool rivalry. What do you think?
I don't care, man.
But there's no longer Cowboys and Indians no more, or my bad. Cowboys and Redskins no more. So I mean,
I don't care, man. Whatever. I'm watching football. That's all.
Oh, okay. That's
I have no skin in the game no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally out of that. Like I ain't tripping. I'm just going. My heart is broken.
Oh man.
It's like your girl just told you, like, hey baby, I'm leaving you. There's nothing you can do about it. Ouch. And I'm picking up on $100 million, and you can't have it.
Oh man.
Live with A-Rod. Fucking talk about. Anyway, man, that concludes another great show of the Dog Talk Podcast. I'm your host, C. Wright. My man, A. Free, co-host. It's just, that's what we do.
And we out.
Peace.